There's been $33 billion spent by Microsoft on Neoclouds. You're talking European players like Nscale, Nebius. There's also local player CoreWeave. Why would the AI data center, like renter-outer that we all know for Azure, be turning to others?
Yeah, it's kind of funky, right? It's like if I was paying somebody to write stories and I was still writing stories. I mean, it's like essentially because we have huge capacity constraints, right? Microsoft needs to get as many chips online as it can, both for its customers, itself, and OpenAI. And it's needing to kind of pull every single lever it can. And so it's emerged as a major customer for all of these names like the CoreWeaves and the Nebiuses, which have become, you know, very newsy in recent months.
It's like managing assets, right? And you know, the point of a neocloud is it's dedicated to AI, either training or inference,
right.
and you know, storage, running other software. You know, that's a different thing. Talk to me about the figure of $33 billion, though. Like, is that news? Is it something that we were able to work out because Microsoft doesn't disclose it in like quarterly earnings or something like that?
So Microsoft has just kind of disclosed it in piecemeal ways, and likely it is going to be much higher than that 33. What we have been able to discover is what this capacity is actually being used for. And in many cases, it's for Microsoft to build their own AI models. And that's surprising because it's a larger amount of investment in their own internal AI teams than many had realized. And it points to them saying, man, we better catch up with the OpenAIs and Anthropics and have our own models on hand. And we're going to use the Neoclouds to do it.
And Mustafa Suleyman, who came from DeepMind, went to Microsoft.
Yep.
With a, obviously, inflection being bought in this rather odd way. He's the man behind the consumer AI offering. He's, I mean, you found out that basically the first large language model they're building internally under him has been using CoreWeave's
Correct.
assets over in Oregon, I think it is.
Which is another way of saying they're using NVIDIA gear to do it.
Yeah, using NVIDIA
basically,
via CoreWeave.
Right.
But also what's interesting is the numbers that you have to orientate yourself around, because basically it allows Amy Hood not to have to write this all as CapEx.
That's a really important point, right? If you buy a bunch of servers, now you have to depreciate them. Now it's on your capital expenditures, not your operating, and investors want to see a good balance there. And you know, Microsoft's then able to, when it's renting from Neoclouds, to say if in 5 years we actually don't really need that many GB300s, we'd rather use some more Vera Rubins. Bye-bye. We don't need to deal with all these servers that we don't have necessarily a use for. That's what it allows them to do, potentially.